So I haven't had... I've had, like, some, but it hasn't been terrible. That zombie one was kind of bad. Just because I took a lot of damage. I do have the jiggly butt.
Yeah, this is like the 10th game with wiggly butts in it.
Yes, a lot of wiggly butts. Alright, so you get back to Mysidia, and the white mage blocks your path again! No. You talk to the elder, and the elder's like, "Oh, you're actually a paladin. How about that? We sent you there to die. And we sent the twins there to spy on you, and we sent you there to die." And so there's apparently this Mysidian legend. If somebody wants to do an epic reading, they can. If not, I'll do it.
One to be born from a dragon, hoisting the light and the dark, arises up high up in the sky to the still land. Veiling the moon with the light of eternity, it brings another promise to Mother Earth with a bounty and mercy.
Beautiful.
I have no idea what I just read, but
I don't think anybody does. It's actually kind of funny in Mysidia. They're like, "What?" Cecil asks, like, "What's that legend?" They're like, "I don't know. It's some legend we've had forever. We need to pray and figure out what's going on." And so Cecil and Tella leave to go to Baron because Mysidia apparently has this magical tunnel that goes straight to Baron. And then the twins are like, "We're coming with you, dog." And so they come with you.
Yay, potato.
Potato and FF7 sucks. Oh, don't you? No. No, thank you.
These guys.
Alright, let's see if I can get it. Oh, I missed. I tried to palette swap there. It's actually a really good spot to do it because it stays on the screen for a long time. Oh well. Alright, so thanks to Plot Tunnel, we are now in the town of Baron. But we don't have a way into the castle, and so we need to wander around town and figure out how to get in the castle. And by wander around town, I mean walk straight to where we need to go. Okay, good. And she didn't get in my way, alright. And hey, look! It's that guy. It's Batman! What's up, Batman?
Just hang on.
Oh. Batman's attacking us. Alright. So here, we throw dancing daggers at these two guards and murder them brutally. And then we fight Yang. So Yang is another battle where he has 65,535 hit points, and it's scripted. I want to get the Change Rod on Tella here in this fight. It just saves time. Okay. And this fight is scripted to have Yang immediately die after he kicks twice to Cecil's next attack. So you can sit here, you can beat the living crap out of him, but if you don't attack with Cecil, you're gonna die. Ouch! And the fight's over. I remember one of my playthroughs of this, like, probably 10-15 years ago. I was like, why isn't he dying? And then I wiped because I didn't attack with him and I couldn't figure it out. Batman, join the party. Thanks, Batman. Alright, so now we have a full party of 5 again. We have the two twins, we have Tella, and we have Cecil, we have Potato, FF7 sucks, Dakiran, Batman, and Kaliga. I remembered. That's challenging.
pretty good.
And then the twins are like, you beat us up, you suck. And then Batman's like, my bad. And it just so happens that they had made Batman the captain of the guards. And so he has this Baron key that'll get us into the castle. That's handy. So now, for whatever reason, if you were to go through in the beginning of this game, through the town of Baron, you would notice that the weapon shop was locked. For whatever. Obviously, that's good for business. But now we can use the Baron key to open it up, and all of a sudden, they are open for business and selling us stuff. And we need to buy some specific items. These headband and karates increase strength, which will increase our attack damage. And then we need to buy a thunder a Thunder Rod, a Thunder Claw, and an Ice Claw. The next boss is Baigen and then Kainazo. Kainazo is weak to Ice and Thunder in certain scenarios. And then the Thunder Claw is useful for the rest of the run. Ice Claw is useful for one fight. And then the Thunder Rod is going to be used on Tella because he needs some firepower behind one of his casts, but we also need to save the Change Rod for the rest of the game. And it saves us a menu by buying the Thunder Rod. So this cave in particular is another case of some encounters with really nasty back attacks. There's just some really nasty encounters in here in general. You saw that alligator thing. There's some encounter packs where that alligator is just faster than everybody and will get 2 attacks off. And then there's also aqua worms, where if you get a back attack, they will cast wave, and that costs a ton of time. And all in all, it's just this cave kind of sucks. This encounter right here.
You're probably way on the level for this area as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd be doable, but you wouldn't want to do more than like 3 fights. There's step count manipulation, but it's in order to do that, it's based on when you press A on the title screen. And oh god, here we go. It's based on when you press A on the title screen, and it's also console cart dependent, and it changes between consoles. And so, not only is it frame perfect, but you have to practice it beforehand. So in like a marathon setting, I wouldn't be able to do it. But it's something that I have done. And full game step route is being worked on right now by the Roth and myself. But it's not at a point where it's usable yet. Well, it's usable, but it's not understandable. And we don't have the full game mapped out yet either. What's my HP values? Potato's dead. It's kind of fiddling.
Rip Potato. Oh, we do have one $10 donation from Dale C, who says, "Hey guys, thanks for the awesome weekend. Enjoyed all the speedruns and loving this. Continuing to watch even though it's 6 a.m. Cheers."
It's pretty late. Thank you for watching at 6 a.m. Okay, so a number of menu things have to happen here. I did get beat up pretty bad, so I'm probably going to heal a little bit. At least these 2. So this is a glitch called the MP Underflow glitch. What you can do is you can exhaust... Oh, I didn't mean to heal everybody. That sucks. Oh well. You can exhaust MP, and then if you press down and A at the same time, it thinks you're trying to cast a skill you have enough MP for, but you're really casting the other skill. And so you underflow his magic points. So you can notice Tella has Boomerang 06 MP now.
That's probably very handy for the videos, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Alright. What else do I need to do? Silver, what am I doing? Okay. Change road. I forgot. I don't think so. So I kind of screwed up a little bit. I actually want Yang to die in this fight, but I did a Cure 4 all instead of a Cure 4 single. So, fortunately, Potato is already dead. I want to kill off both twins and Yang in this fight. If Yang doesn't die, it's not the end of the world. And that's for leveling up a character that we get back later. Let's do this. So now, this fight is really trivialized, so I can just do that. It's over. Whenever that goes off, the fight is actually over. So here I'm going to try and kill Yang, or Batman. I must be the Joker or something. Try and kill Batman before Meteor goes off, which is not really an issue. Unless he gets entangled, okay, good. Alright, Meteor. And Baigen's dead.
Oh my god.
Is Meteor basically the Ultima in this game?
Yes. Ultima before Ultima was cool. Alright, so now I have only Dakirin and Kaliga alive. But that's okay. I have Super Kaliga. Is that okay?
How many boomerangs and an underscore?
significant amount. You know what? Just in case. Alright, so here Kainazo has 4,000 hit points. Tella has this nice skill called Lit 3. And that's it. He can do anywhere from about 3,200 with the change route. He can do anywhere from about 3,200 to 5,000. It's just a matter of how he's feeling. So we'll see. Wave is the damage of Wave is based off of Kainazo's hit points. Good stuff. And shoot. This is a very good time to do like move around some items that aren't useful because the animation takes forever. And so that's moving stuff up and moving useless items down is the way to go. Alright, so you might remember our good buddy Sid, who we met in the beginning of the game. Here he is. He's here to fight the king, but we already killed the king.
Long live the king.
No, I'm good. Thought I forgot something. And so Sid and Tella get into a fight over who has a better beard, and FF7 sucks is like, man, FF7 sucks. And they're like, yeah, we agree. And then they get back into their fight about who has a better beard, and then they go on their merry way. And the twins are like, they're stupid. And you walk into this room, and uh-oh. Kainazo's like, I'm not actually dead. Join me in the dark world. And the wall's closing. And the doors are locked. And the wall's closing. And then the twins.
Not the 5-year-olds.
The 5-year-olds. They
Aren't they dead anyway?
cast stone. And stop the walls.
Potato.
FF7 sucks!
It was the right order of naming them, definitely.
And then, doing the smart thing, the smart RPG thing that almost never happens, Tella actually tries to cure them. But they're stone in their hearts, therefore they can't be cured. Bible thump.
Bible thump.
Moment of silence for Potato and FF7 sucks. Alright, so we get this little inlet into what Golbez and Kane are planning. So, what happened is that these guys have 3 of the 4 crystals, but the last crystal is held by a monster called the Dark Elf, who stole it from the city of Troya, and the Dark Elf is like this total badass who has this crazy magic and nobody can defeat him. And so Golbez and Kane decide, well, why don't we have Cecil get it for us, because he's apparently good at stuff. And so that's their master plan. Sid apparently has an airship stashed away because he's Sid, and that's what Sid does. And he's got it hidden in plain sight. All the people at Baron didn't notice this extra airship being built in the forest. You know, all the monsters that live in the forest have decided not to say anything. And so they bring up the airship, and then the Red Wings are like, we're going to take you down. And then they're like, wait, white flag. Let's talk about this. And it's like, you will give us Wolvie, and you give us the Earth Crystal. Or, yeah, I said that right. Not at all. A little exchange. And then the Kieran's like, Asimov, why you gotta do this? And Asimov's like, shut up. Shut up, I'm cool now. I don't have to talk to you kids. Too cool for school. And then it's a little tutorial on how to fly the airship, because we totally need that. And this point right here is where I would get the dancing daggers in a normal playthrough if I didn't do that glitch. But I will need the next name.
The next name is Arnold for Sid. Oh, wait,
Sid.
is it Sid?
Yes, it's Sid.
Then Arnold.
Alright. Is it Arnold or Arnold? Is it literally?
A-R-N.
Okay. Arnold. Oops, that's a B. So, for whatever reason, making the Arnold voice is very popular in the FA4 community. I can't really do it, but I can try! Okay, so for whatever reason they decided you have to land this airship on one specific square, and to land it without moving is called MLG. I actually screwed that up because I had to adjust my one, but we'll say it's MLG because I'm awesome.
World record height.
Yeah. So this is the city of Troya. There's a castle and a town. We never actually see the town. And it's ruled by 7 or 8 maidens or something. And of course, who do we find with the 7 or 8 maidens but our good buddy OCD? And Tella's like, God damn it, I hate this kid. Killed my daughter. Just resting in bed like a schmuck. It's also important to point out that this place is like literally halfway across the world from where Cecil washed up on shore. So however he ended up here is a plot point to be discussed. Okay, so it's faster to cast Exit here, but you can't cast with MP underflowed, so you actually have to use an Ether on Tella in order to be able to cast magic from the menu. Not sure why that is, but it is. And so now we are off to beat up the Dark Elf and take the crystal back. For whatever reason, after you cast Exit, you can walk onto adjacent town/castle cells, and it doesn't trigger the load for them. Don't ask me why. In order to get to the Dark Elf Cave, we have to catch a black chocobo, and this could be very entertaining because it's probably going to take me a while. Actually, I was going to manip it, but whatever. I'll save outside Dark Elf Cave. Oh, no! Okay, good. In any percent, we actually save there and manipulate it because we also need to manipulate something else that's important there. But I was going to do that for this run, but I forgot. Alright, so this cave is very interesting. This is why Dark Elf is such a badass. It's a magnetic cave, so any character that has any sort of metal equipment can't act. And right now, everybody in our party, except for Arnold, has metallic equipment. However, the running away in this game is based off of the character with the highest agility that's alive. And for right now, that's Cecil. So as long as Cecil is alive, we can run away from most things, unless it's a back attack. There are a number of very terrible back attacks in this cave. The lesser terrible are bats, which all cast a vampire if I get a back attack. But the really, really, really bad one is there's a 6-bat encounter, which takes forever. And then there's 2 mages, and 2 mages can cast a skill called Blast, which paralyzes. And because Sid is the only character who can act right now, if he gets paralyzed, it's like an immediate minute loss. And they can chain it if they're really feeling like it. And they can actually kill an entire run, which is why I saved. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
So this is quite a long run. Is there any point where you like have to watch a cutscene that's very long, where
Yes.
you can like take a pee break or something?
Yes, there is. It's actually in the dungeon after this one.
Oh, that's good because I kind of have to do
But yeah, there's a nice cutscene where you don't have to press anything. It takes like almost 2.5 minutes, if not more. And so it's a very nice. It's also right at the halfway point of the run, so it's like the perfectly spaced out cutscene.
very convenient.
All right, so we're almost there. Okay, we made it. No nasty back attacks. That's good. So if you remember, I unequipped this iron glove way in the beginning of the game. That was for this particular moment. So you run up, you fight Dark Elf, and what happens in storyline is he kicks your ass. But what we do is we equip metallic equipment on everybody and instantly die. And so that saves 3 spell animations, a bunch of dialogue, and that saves about a minute, 45 seconds to a minute. Just because we grabbed the Iron Glove in the very beginning of the game. That's the only piece of metallic equipment we have accessible to us in the speedrun that Sid can equip. So now Edward does this epic falling out of bed, limping to his harp thing, because he gave us this item before where he can play his mixtapes and we can hear them. And for whatever reason, Dark Elf really hates his mixtapes.
He's a terrible bard, isn't he?
He's a prince pretending to be a bard, you tell me. What is this nasty music? Played by OCD! It's so cacophonous. Not quite. Alright, it's OCD! And then we walk up and we fight him. And then, if you had seen the cutscene before, these attacks all did like 2,000 damage before. And all of a sudden, they're doing 40. Woo. Yeah, a little bit. This is also one of the first instances, second instance actually, you'll see of me intentionally killing off characters for experience. Goodbye, Arnold. Weak. Okay, Yang is actually very, very good. Please change, please change, please change. Nope. Alright. Somebody's gonna get piggied. I hope it's not Tella. Good. If Tella gets piggied, he can't cast spells, and that sucks. For whatever reason, the second form of Dark Elf is weak to the weak spell. And what the weak spell does is it reduces characters to single-digit HP.
Oh, nice.
And so we just drop him. That was actually an ideal fight. So that's good.
Poor Batman.
Frank G.
Batman is dead. Again.
It's canon.
And now I also get to walk around as a pig. And that lasts for a while.
More pig!
More bacon!
More pig!
Oh god. It's all coming together now.
Somebody asked if you've done other Final Fantasy games. I'm pretty sure you did 6, right?
I started 6, but I never finished learning it. Final Fantasy IV is definitely my main game. I've been playing this game for a little over a year now, probably a year and 4 months or so. And I always get pulled back into it. Because I really enjoy the speedrun of this game. I know 6 a little bit, but I wouldn't call myself a 6 speedrunner.
I like the sketch glitch.
Sketch glitch is crazy. There's a new glitch too. It's being developed. It was found by Kilaye, where you can warp to the end credits after a battle. So
After any battle?
yes. I'm not familiar with the details, so it might be a specific battle. I don't know, but the demo video was definitely a random encounter. So expect some new developments on that front. And maybe not. Maybe it's something that's not really feasible in terms of a speedrun. But yeah, they're like, ooh, look at this pig. He looks so delicious. And the pig... And Golbez is like, back away from the pig. It's our bacon. And once again, it's faster to cast exit to get out of here. Alright, and now we are on to a fight, apparently.
The odds.
It's like...
And now... So you can move one cell here, and it looks like the airship's gonna crash. Oh no, no! That's just something fun to do. You can't actually move to the right because it flies to the center of the screen anyway, so it doesn't save you anything. And now, see, he's like this epic pig stare down. I'm really glad that happened. And so we fly up to this tower that's... Who knows where. It's actually the tower of... I think it's the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, pigs
But no.
can fly now.
Big wiggly butts.
And we have flying pigs. Alright. So... It's quite a long trek up here, but on the way we're going to pick up an item, the Fire Sword. And that's going to help us do extra damage to Valvolus, which is not the next boss, but the boss after this. And it's also going to help us do more damage to Golbez in the future. For whatever reason, Golbez takes double damage from fire, and so we can get a quick kill on Golbez by grabbing this fire sword. But this fire sword is also protected by a flame dog, and with the levels we're at right now, this fight can get super, super nasty super fast, and I have died to this more often than I can count. However, as long as I don't make a mistake, it shouldn't be possible to die, and I am about to die because I said that. Alright. Okay, that's good, let's go. Okay, that's good. That's acceptable. Ice 2. Ice 2 will instantly kill him. Notice I took a ton of damage there, but I'm okay. Alright. So that gives us the fire sword.
Did you just like blink to the bottom of the screen? What was that?
I was moving items around in my inventory, trying to rearrange stuff better.
Oh.
That's all it was. Okay. I actually should have picked up Yang there in hindsight, but I'll do that later. So I healed there just because of this. This place is really nasty with the back attacks. And they hurt. So you notice Kalik is dead. But fortunately Paladin Cecil is a bit of a tank, so he can take a couple hits before I have to heal again.
So this is the dungeon with the long cutscene you said?
Yes.
Can you notify me when it's...
Yes. It is after the next boss battle, but before that. Basically, as soon as the next boss battle ends, you can go ahead and... Spoiler alert, it's gonna be an anticlimactic boss fight. Because we have meat. Alright, so I got a bit of a walk here if you want to, if you got anything, if you're not.
Holding strong right now.
Alright.
We reached 11k earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, we are at $11,205.
Good job. Good job, Twitch chat. Good job, watchers. These swordmen are jerks. They're faster than Cecil, and so they hit him.
EP girl.
EP.
That's what I read.
That's what it says. Interpret that how you will. Okay, so I need to underflow Tella's MP again, and I also need to pick up Yang. I'm going to be duping... performing the first part of the item dupe that I did with the Shadow Shield, and then I'm going to be finishing it much, much later in the run. This is just the best fight to do it in, because it doesn't waste any time. But I need him alive. I need both of them alive for this. I should be healing with Cure 4, but I'm already here, so never mind. Oops. So, Cure 4... Oops. Alright. I don't need it. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we're good. So that's Yang with Cecil's palette right there for a second. You can't really tell because they're almost the same color. So this is the Magus Sisters. In a casual playthrough, this fight totally sucks. This is a terrible, terrible fight. And if you've played Final Fantasy X, you'll recognize these sisters as the hidden summon. Alright, so I actually need to do two dupes in this fight. The first one is what we call the half dupe, where just do that, and then the next item Cecil equips will have, it'll be duplicated, and you'll have two of them. It won't be like 65,535, it'll just be two. And I also need to, okay, go. Do the full dupe on my buddy here. On Batman, okay, done. Alright, good. So, yeah, in a casual playthrough, that fight's really terrible. They do a lot of damage. They're really, really difficult to kill. And now, we meet Golbez and Kain. You've come, Bacon. And then Kalika's like, I got a score to settle. This is for my daughter. And we get this epic cutscene. And this is about the halfway point of the run. should be what 145-ish.
142.50.
Okay. It's about 10 minutes behind. That's not bad. Yeah, so you got Kaliga here throwing all the spells. Kaliga knows at Golbez. Golbez is kind of shrugging him off. And Kaliga's like, Medio, I've already cast it twice, but for whatever reason, this time Batman, it'll destroy you. Somebody has to read Batman's lines, is like in Batman's voice every time. He doesn't get very many of them though. And then there it is, the storyline Medio 9999. No worries. There you go. And then Golbez is dead.
Or is he?
Split. Time. Run over.
All right.
I was joking. Making sure. you use the Meteor. Grr. And then Tella just kind of falls over. But I have the crystal. Come to me, Asimov. And then Caesar's like, no, I'll stop you. And Golbez is like, lightning. And then Golbez gets this weird feeling in his chest. And then walks away.
Tingly.
Tingly. And they're like, hey, are you alive? And then like, hey, Kaliga's actually dying. Bible thump for Kaliga.
No, he's blinking. No.
When they blink, you know you're in trouble.
Use exit.
And so we talked to our napping friend here, Asimov. And Asimov's like, I'm sorry, I was under Golbez's control. Yeah, that's what it was. I was hypnotized. Yeah. And then we're like, okay, he was hypnotized. He's officially our friend again.
Yay.
And then an interesting change from the American version to the Japanese version. You notice she's almost crushed by a bowling ball there, but Dakirin has mad rope skills to save Wolvie in time. And so Wolvie is not crushed by a giant bowling ball, but in the Japanese version, it's actually a guillotine. So for whatever reason, the censorship team thought being crushed by a giant ball is, you know, less dangerous than a giant guillotine. Don't ask me why. I think that's actually a worse fate. And then there's the whole, are you a good guy now? And then and Arnold's like, we gotta go. And they're like, whatever. Okay, I got some menuing to do here. So I get Wolvie back, and I get Asimov back. And all that killing off character stuff was to level up Asimov specifically, because Asimov is the primary damage dealer. You notice he's level 19. Normally he's like 17 or 18 when you get him. Oops, I did not want to do that. I wanted to heal people with the power of love. I can see that, actually. Alright, so first I need to donate. Okay. So we give Asimov the Fire Sword and strength boosting stuff that we bought in Baron. And then Wolvie needs some stuff.
Can't unsee.
Alright, and then we need to change it. So in this game, the party order heavily affects the ATD. And as far as I know, it's the only Final Fantasy game where that's true. And so I specifically move people into certain slots for a specific turn order. And this is really the first intense fight where everything kind of needs to go perfectly to have a good time in this fight. So we'll see how it goes. That's good. The only one I don't want to get weaked is Dakirin. Yang, or Batman next. Wolvie next.
It's like a sandstorm.
She's a tornado, and now she's naked. Okay. Okay. I feel like that slow was late, but I don't know why it would be late. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Fine. land. That was terrible damage. Normally that can be over 1,000 if I'm lucky. 755 is actually a super low roll. Okay, Dancing Dagger. Batman will attack. And then this jump will go, but not until a tornado. Okay. So far this fight's going proper. Arnold next. Kane lands. 570. That's good in tornado form. In tornado form, she dodges a lot more. So the damage is significantly less. Let's see. Good. Oh no. That might screw me up. 750 again. That's really bad. I might be a little slow. I might eat an extra weak ray because I was a little slow. We'll see. Nope, I'm fine. I did not explain this, but one of the features of Paladin Cecil is that he will automatically cover for weak party members unless he's in weak state, but she's dead. So that was actually a super good fight. So the way that fight typically goes is every time she goes into tornado form, she'll do that weak and ray every time. But if you time the jumps with Kane or Asimov correctly, you can have him land as soon as she goes into tornado form and skip those two spell casts, and it really increases the time. If my damage was better, I wouldn't have had that last tornado. But my damage was really, really bad. There's nothing I can do about that. And so Rosa here casts Exit to get us out of the decaying tower, and we end up in Cecil's bedroom. Yeah. So you tell me what's going on there. And here Kane is explaining that there's actually the 4 crystals of the light world, and there's 4 crystals of the dark world, which apparently exists, and we're just not learning of it. And so Kane's like, I have this key that goes to something, I have no idea what, but apparently it'll get us into the dark world. And you're supposed to travel all over the place and try and find the one specific place to use this key. And in a casual run, this is a part where you're like, I have no idea where to go, and you just fly all over the place and get lost very easily. Also, a very quaint plot device is that the airship was remote controlled by Sid back to in front of Baron, and so we have access to the airship. Because Sid's that much of an engineering badass, apparently. Or Arnold. And so we jump in the ship, we fly all over the planet just to find that the entrance is actually right here. And so you get to this town, there's this well, and you're like, okay, well let's drop the only key we have down this well.
Bold move, Cotton.
Bold move, Cotton. And we burn down the village. No, I'm kidding. And, oh, the mountain's exploding. We're really good at blowing up mountains, apparently.
Blowing up stuff is
And the amount of world map changes in this game, they're very small, but there's a lot of them. And I guess that's kind of a theme in this NES FF games, is changing the world map drastically.
You kind of have to limit your one a bit at least.
Okay, so now we're in the dark world, and we get here, we're flying our airship, we're like, everything's lava. And we get here, and oh no, the Red Wings are fighting some dudes in tanks, and we're caught in the crossfire. You'll get caught up in the crossfire.
Alright.
It was an old 90s commercial for a board game that was terrible. But the commercial was amazing.
I think I quoted that no more than one run ago, in a very similar fashion as you. So,
With 2 flames.
yes, Super Mario World.
Well, I was paying attention.
He's always taking naps.
Yep, he's good at the napping thing. Alright, so the next fight is easily the trolley. Well, not easily the trolleys, but a very trolley fight. I specifically want to move Cecil here and Rosa down here, and I will safety save because...
Can't unsee.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, so here we got these dwarves. They're just chilling in the underground, and we go up to the Dwarf King. We're like, hey, we're from the top planet, like all those guys you're fighting, but we're the good guys. And this guy, the Dwarven King's like, well, I don't know. And Sid's like, I need to go fix the airship, screw you guys. So Sid leaves. Because the airship can't fly over lava.
Bye, Kenny.
And then Batman senses a disturbance in the Force. And then...
Nice Lord of the Rings reference right there.
I know, right? I love Naruto. Okay. And then, for whatever reason, they're like, oh, that must be coming from the Crystal Room. Let's allow these top upper worlders, who we've never met before, into the Crystal Room, where we've been fighting over this crystal with all of our tanks and stuff, and obviously these guys are trustworthy. And so we get in here, and we find the most annoying goddamn boss battle ever to exist in an RPG.
This is annoying already, just saying.
It gets worse. Okay. So there is a gimmick to this fight. If you kill all of one type of doll, they will fuse into a giant doll, and they will kick your ass, and then they will unfuse and proceed to kick your ass even more. There's a lot of ass kicking going on, but if you could kill both color dolls at roughly the same time, they do not transform.
They also look horrifying.
They are horrifying. Ah, bummer. The orange ones have 300 hit points, the blue ones have 1,000. Oh man, what is wrong with Kane today? Kane can one-shot the blue ones from time to time. Not today, apparently. It's also important to note that if Dakirin doesn't survive this fight, it's game over. Alright. Let's do that. Please kill that front one, Batman.
I don't want to be nitpicky, but on the overworld map it was 4 dolls. And now it's 6.
Damn it, Batman. This is really going poorly. I'm actually gonna cure 2 again. Let's do that. Let's do this. I need to see what kind of damage this does. Okay. There we go. There's a decent jump. Finally. Okay, I need to see... Oh, shoot. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to do this. There's a potential that this will kill this blue one. Oh, no. I thought Kane was next. This could be bad. Holding A, holding A, holding A, holding A. Okay, good. Whew.
Nice.
Alright. That could have gone a lot worse. Because I'm on battle speed 1, this next fight is also... The first input of this fight needs to be plinked, or it needs to be can't run buffered. I prefer to plink it because I'm crazy. And if I miss it, then I could also die here. Got it. Alright, there's a ton of dialogue in this fight, so I can start moving items like crazy. That's all I'm doing here. Do I need that? No. Yes, I do. I'm equipping the fire sword on Cecil because this Golbez is weak to... Oh, I forgot to mute. Oh my god, I'm stupid. So, what you're supposed to do in the Calberna fight is you're supposed to mute with Rosa, And I didn't even realize that I didn't do it because I did an extra cure too. And that prevents this paralyzed status. So I'm not gonna die. I might not get the quick kill. It depends on what Kane's damage is. So that sucks. I'm stupid. That was a very rookie mistake. And so all of a sudden the Mist Dragon shows up and kills the dragon that was instigating everybody. 640 is terrible damage. Come on, Kane. 2,500. Damn. All right. So normally you could skip this whole. Normally I would have another attack with Cecil, and with good damage rolls you can skip all of this dialogue, all of this animation, all of this. And who saved us? Pew! And he's dead. Why? That's fine. I'm good. There's plenty of time right now, actually. Just please don't reset. And then we've defeated Golbez. Oh look, it's Rydia that we never saw, and she's a teenager now. Or Nirm. It's me. It's me.
Yay!
And Nirm explains that she was at the Land of Summons, and time passes differently there. And she learned all this cool summoner stuff. But then we stand here and watch as the glove of Golbez meanders up to the crystal, grabs it, and then disappears.
Oh no, how could we have prevented that?
And then they're like, oh my, how did that happen?
That'll be the last time I ever see it.
And then we explain to the king, we kind of killed him, and then his corpse took the crystal, I guess.
It's a reasonable story.
And then the king's like, whatever, it's fine. But then we can actually cast Warp here. Dang, I need to not play off this TV. And all of a sudden, oh hey, the crystal's there, so we grab it.
Is that intended?
No, this is definitely not intended.
Alright, good. Just making clear.
Yeah. And so we're grabbing. That's actually an unintended developer oversight, where that's going to be used later on to skip an entire dungeon, which is really good. It skips the entire sealed cave, which is the most annoying dungeon in this game. So props to that glitch, for sure. I'm heading up here to to loot the strength ring, which gives 5 strength and is an accessory and will help Kane's damage immensely. I'm also going to stop by the armor shop and buy rune armlets, which boost wisdom, and those will be used on Rydia, as well as Fusoya later.
I missed that part.
Yep. In the beginning of the game, I duped shields and sold them for a lot of money. And so I have all the money I'll ever need.
You're also dropping gold when you're
Yes.
like fleeing.
So that's an important point to note for the any percent run. Is part of the any percent run, because it goes through memory values. You have to have a specific amount of GP in order to execute the glitch proper. And so one of the points of the any percent run is selling a specific number of items based on how much you dropped throughout the run. Or buying, or sometimes it's perfect and you're like, yeah! Which is what happened in the latest world record run for that. So congratulations to the Roth for that. And so now we're on the way to this tower. We're helping out the dwarves because we're nice. And there's a back attack armadillo. This is officially one of my speedruns.
Why is that bad?
I just always get them.
Oh.
For whatever...
I'm not gonna play any of this just in case. You know, messing us.
Okay.
So you said you got record on Wednesday?
Yes.
Did you use splits?
Yes.
What are your time saving splits?
In that run, I lost a lot of time in the Fabul sequence in the beginning because Edward got killed super early in that sequence. I lost time finding the grind fight, which happens later. I lost time in the Valvalus fight that I just did because I suck at this game. And that's about it. Also the very last boss, I had some bad luck, which cost me about a minute. But that's about it. It was a pretty decent run overall. There was a lot of little mistakes too. but nothing I would point out is 3:11:58.
How much was that saved compared to the old world record?
The old record was 3:12:24, so I beat it by less than 20 seconds. 3:09 would be it's possible. It just has to happen. That's really what it boils down to. All right, so this is another tower of suck. Any dungeon that looks like this sucks, and there's a lot of them. A lot of them.
So you were talking about a new route that is maybe gonna happen. How much time would you estimate that would save?
So what we have routed out now, I believe the average number of encounters is in the 65 range, whereas the route we have routed out is 53. And so that's 12 encounters, and so each encounter takes about 6 seconds. So that's 72 seconds, assuming no back attacks. So if you factor in back attacks and whatnot, that's probably 2 to 2.5 minutes.
Wow.
Right.
That is a lot.
Yeah. So there's a lot of time to be saved, and that's only half of the game too. We don't have this half of the game routed out in terms of step route. So I just picked up a cat claw there. That is there's a back attack egg. Egg roll. So eggs are enemies where if you hit them, they hatch and they turn nasty. But in just like that, they don't do anything.
What does that even happen?
So I picked up that item called the Cat Claw. That's very essential to the rest of this run. What the Cat Claw does is it gives the character agility. This is a very terrible back attack.
Is the chance of back attacks again higher here?
I'm actually not sure. I don't think so. I think it's just the encounter rate itself is higher. Therefore, you have more chances of back attacks. But it might be.
A lot of them.
Oh my god, this is the absolute worst one because he casts Blaze I think twice, and it hurts.
That's what Lobo said earlier.
I'm gonna have to heal because of that one. If I get another one of those, I'm dead. But yeah, anyway, the Cat Claw is an item that gives 5 agility, and so what we do is there's a character later that can equip them, as well as Yang, and so we dupe the Cat Claw and equip 2 of them, which boosts agility by 10, and that allows us to actually run away from back attacks, most back attacks, before we get hit. But Yang's agility is astronomically low, so it's not worth it to do it quite yet. Spoiler alerts. Other characters can use claws. So this next boss coming up is Dr. Lugay. There's 2 fights, one where it's him and his robot minion, and then one where Dr. Lugay turns into a robot. And Dr. Lugay, the first fight, works exactly like the Calbrenna fight, where you want to kill both of them at the same time, otherwise bad shit happens. And damage can be pretty variant at times, and for whatever reason, I have a hard time killing them at the same time. But before we get there, we have to heal. Because I got wrecked on the way up.
I really don't understand the mechanic of dropping gold whenever you run away. Like, are you just running so fast, everything spills out of your pockets?
Oh my god. I forgot to grab the change rod off the Tella. That's why I got the Thunder Rod in the first place, so I'm a little underwhelming right now. It's not the end of the world, but it kind of sucks. Oh, I need the rune armor. That's what I was looking at. My inventory is really sloppy right now. Ooh, I got the strength ring on Kane. Okay, I'm good. No, I'm not good. I lied. So I'm duping the Cat Claws right here. So they're duped now. And so one other thing about the Cat Claw is they amplify the damage of the other claw that's equipped, and that multiplies it. So all of a sudden, Yang is going to turn into this Thunder Claw monster that does 1 billion damage.
Suddenly Batman does stuff.
Yeah, suddenly Batman's useful. So what I should have done in the Mega Sisters fight is before I cast Meteor, I should have equipped the Thunder Rod, but I forgot. That's probably the most common mistake I make in speedruns, and to do it in a marathon doesn't surprise me at all. It's not the end of the world, I just lose a multiplier worth of damage. Which sucks. So here I'm trying to balance my damage between the 2 of these guys as much as I can.
That doesn't look like a reference to something at all.
I should have waited there and moved stuff around. That was a mistake. So right now during these dialogue boxes I could be moving items around, but there's a fight later where I have plenty of time to do that, I guess. Alright, let's do this. Titan. So that thing Rydia beat us up with in the beginning of the game is now our weapon. Okay. Oh, I just made a mistake. I made a terrible mistake. I need Rydia to do like 1 billion damage to Lugay, otherwise I'm in trouble. Close to 1 billion. That's about the damage gap I needed right there. 22. Kane needs to land before he gets dialogue. Please, Kane, please, Kane, please, Kane, please, Kane, please, Kane. Oh, cool. Alright. Whew. Bullet dodged.
Okay.
Alright. So this fight is more annoying than anything. So he has a specific turn order. He'll poison everybody. He'll do a crappy laser. He'll do a laser based off of his hit points. And then he'll heal everybody and like kind of do the same thing over and over again. He's a robot. Zombie robot. So now everybody's poisoned. There's his first laser. Ideally, I want him to hit Cecil. Because Asimov, Batman, and Nirm are my main damage dealers. And I need Rosa to get 1 more level. Decent damage. Okay, I'll take it. It's not the end of the world. She can be alive for the next fight, and that won't hurt me at all. I can also try and pick her up. But Cecil's not doing much damage anyway. And because all my primary damage dealers are still alive, he's not going to be alive for too much longer. So I should be alright to life her right here. Never mind. Okay. So much for having that change rod. It didn't help me at all. So that was the second fight was actually really good, but everybody's still poisoned. I haven't had that happen in a very, very long time.
You learned Piggy.
I did learn Piggy.
More pig?
More pig!
Alright, so Lugay dies, and he's like, well, there's this super cannon thing we've been working on, and it's threatening the dwarves, so we're like, we're gonna go blow it up. I don't actually have to heal here, but because I don't want to torture stream and walk around with poison, I'm gonna go ahead and heal.
People watch this on YouTube, they're not gonna know what you're referencing with the whole pig thing. But that's alright.
Watch the whole pig.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch the whole event.
And so they get Lugay, sorry, drop this tower key. Lugi. That we're gonna use to get into the super cannon and blow it up.
Two quick donations, if that works.
Sure.
1158 from Unknown. Lieutenant Ivanovich. I missed most of AGDE, but here's what's left of my account. So glad everyone could join and help out. By the way, I'm playing Final Fantasy IV on Steam, so I'm grabbing some strats for the future. Keep on rocking, all you amazing streamers that made AGDE possible. And $10 from Anonymous. Glad to see you gents hit the goal. Keep being awesome, Lobos, and everyone. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
You're awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you for the donation.
He's alright.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. So these alerts are like the eggs where they don't do anything until they're hit. So they just kind of sit there and spam dialogue until you hit them. So getting back attacked by them is not the end of the world. I haven't saved in like an hour and a half.
Long surgery here.
Alright, okay. So this fight, got these scrubs with the super cannon. They're really easy to kill. I shouldn't have even healed, whatever. I can literally hold A, and I need a good roll from Cecil, which I did get. And ta-da, fight's over. Let's move this down. Damn it, didn't make it. I was hoping Rosa would gain a level there, but that didn't happen. So now they're like, well, we'll just destroy the controls, and now nobody can operate it, and it's out of control apparently. And Batman, in his moment of glory, says, "I'll just kick it to death. Get out of here."
Batman after all. Yeah, lots of things have been very fitting. Surprisingly enough.
Rip Batman. Batman! So this is the sad music. We didn't. Ah!
Don't be sad. Yeah.
Not allowed to be sad in this run. Okay. So no more Batman. Sorry to say. We've seen the last of him. Or have we? So now it's just walking out. I took a bad step there. They don't let you cast exit in this dungeon, or very many others. This one particularly because there's a cutscene at the end of it. And the others because you get out of them in weird ways. So, it's whatever. So you have to make a long trek back all the way down. Alright. Really not a whole lot to say right now. So I duped the cat claws. You can re-equip that blank slot, and it'll equip one from the stack of 0 and underflow it to 255. And so now I have 255 cat claws, whereas the stack of 0, I believe, is not 256, but 65,536. For whatever reason, I guess the blank slot is interpreted as a, what's that, 16-bit integer, whereas once you equip something, it's interpreted as an 8-bit. I think that's how that works. Golbez says, "You have amused me a lot. I'm gonna blow up this bridge."
Fair enough.
Which is apparently in the air, which isn't really discussed. And then we're falling! Oh no! But thanks to Master Pilot Sid and physics,
Thank God for Kenny.
Kenny comes in and saves us.
And he saves the.
Shucks, they are coming. And now we're being chased by the Red Wings, who can apparently fly over lava as well. And we're literally flying across the entire underworld in these cutscenes. It starts at one wall and goes to the other, because the underworld is not very big. And so Kenny decides, well, you guys fly back to the light world. I'm going to blow up the hole
Blowing up stuff again.
by jumping off the ship and detonating the explosive trapped in my body. Bye!
Why do characters always kill themselves?
Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it. You gotta be heroes.
Rip Kenny. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna make that reference.
Yep. So he couldn't just throw the explosives overboard, like light them and throw them. No, he's like, I gotta do this. That's true. That's true. That was a thumbs up from Arnold as he died.
Why are these characters named perfectly?
Hasta la vista, Kenny. And so before he jumped off, he told us to talk to his cronies in Baron. So we're gonna go talk to his cronies in Baron. Because we now know that the Tower of Babel is where all the crystals are. So we need to get into the Tower of Babel. In order to get into the Tower of Babel, we need to take the hovercraft across the ocean. In order to take the hovercraft across the ocean, we have to modify the airship. Plot drop, go. And apparently Sid's apprentices are badasses and are able to do that. So anybody who has anything to do with Sid is like a badass by proxy.
Yeah, it's in his genes. And in their genes too.
So this is the first airship cutscene of many. Also a decent time to take a break if you need to.
No, I'm good though.
I've made a lot of stupid mistakes this run, but it's been fun. Nothing too dire.
Definitely a good game to watch, though. I must say.
Yeah, and I should say, I should actually talk about the Final Fantasy IV community. There's a ton of Final Fantasy IV runners, and 99.9999% of them are totally awesome. And the community itself is great.
I'm not the only one who gets
You know who you are.
And okay, so now you need to pick up the hovercraft. And no, but like a great bunch of people. I can't say enough about how awesome like it was. A group of us who have become really good friends and stuff. So it's just really cool.
No.
And any one of us is more than happy to help you out with if you're interested in speedrunning this game. This is actually, as an RPG, if you want to get into RPG speedrunning, this is actually a very good game to do, in my opinion, because it's not exactly menu heavy. It's interesting. The boss battles are interesting.
The run isn't 10 hours.
The run isn't 10 hours. That's a very valid point.
I have to leave in like 4 hours. Can you teach me 100%?
There actually is not 100% for this game. Am I at full
Sweet,
health?
I'll get record.
Okay, I should be. No, one second. Okay, Rosa. So here I'm grabbing the Drain Spear, and this is another item that we're going to do. It's going to be our weapon of choice for a while. That's not good. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Alright, get that cover in. Okay, good. And I'm going to be duping it, so I need to prep Kane's weapon slot during this Titan cast.
The cube seems kind of easy to pull off.
It is. It's really not that bad. Okay. All that you need to do for the dupe is select a slot that's not the first empty slot. Go up to the whatever you want to dupe, and then re-equip that empty slot that you picked. That's all it is. And then whenever you equip something, you just finish off the dupe. That's all it is. It's actually pretty simple to do. All right. So now we duped got the Drain Spear. At least I'm pretty sure I didn't hit B on that. I did that during one of the Final Fantasy relays. Hit B on one of the treasure fights. There's some bats. There's some bats. And I was actually going to say, I am going to donate every $5 for every bat we see. I was actually going to mention that a while ago.
Per bat?
Per bat.
Oh, very nice.
Batman doesn't count.
No, Batman doesn't count. Sorry. Batman leaves, we get bats. Go figure.
Were you in the recent 456 relay?
What's that?
Were you in the recent...
I was not in the recent one. Well, I was in the one before that. I was going to be, but then I didn't. I was going to run 6, but then I didn't have enough time to learn it well enough, so I dropped out.
Shout out to Down. He was in that.
Delm? Delm was on my team for the one prior. Dream Team. Dream Team hype.
Yeah.
Delm hype?
Delm hype?
Wish you were here.
I wish he was in part of my life. Okay. So I'm buying some ice equipment for a certain fiery boss coming up. And then, that's all I gotta say about that. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, they decided that elemental weapons cannot be thrown. So that's why we grabbed the Drain Spear, because we need something to throw at people. And as a weapon itself, if it was equipped, the Drain Spear is totally garbage. It lowers... Oh god, that's a lot of money. I'm just kidding. So that's $35 in bats.
$45 in bats.
$35 in bats so far.
Just stay here for a while.
I could.
Just run in circles.
$10 for every stuff.
No. Only bats. I'm glad it's not skeletons. Alright. Let's see.
The children are not. Oh my god.
What do I say? So we're about to get a character that nobody likes, but is incredibly useful for the speedrun. Not quite. Kind of like the opposite, actually.
RNG hates charity.
RNG hates charity. There are 6 bat encounters. This is the last screen I can get them on. There's an egg. It was not a bad egg.
Close enough.
Alright, so now we run into this guy. He's fighting up this other guy.
Does he summon bats?
He stabs him. Fire 2. Fire 2. Ha! I have flame!
That looks cooler. Oh,
Was it flame? I will show you how.
The leg.
ooh, gave a laugh.
And done. Toasted.
Ow, the edge.
Blast you. And he's like... Rubicante is like a debonair gentleman. He's like, come back when you're strong enough. He's not... Of the 4 elemental fiends, he's like the nicest guy. He heals you before fights. He's, you know, very gentlemanly about things. And so this is our next party member. I won't have the opportunity to name him for a while. But...
Does he have a name?
His name is Edge.
No, I mean, is he gonna
Yeah.
get?
Yes, he will be
names.
named.
Name's ready.
But yeah, he is a ninja. He's also a prince.
You're not gonna spoil anything, though. I see.
And he's super fast, which... So now, outside of very few choice encounters, if I equip the cat claws on Edge, we'll still get back attacks, but we can run from them instantly. Thank you, Edge. And I'll also dupe the Drain Spears here, which are way the hell down here. My inventory is really nasty. Okay.